All right, KC. So we're gonna start off with just some of the questions about some of our visits in the NFL. And the first place we're gonna talk about is Boston, Massachusetts. My squad, the New England Patriots. We traveled to see them play against the Broncos the first time. What stood out about the stadium to you that day?
It was really nice stadium, but what stood out the most was the weather and how cold it was. It was freezing. When I say freezing, I mean freezing.
Yeah, it was freezing. It was so cold that, man, people had frozen beards. The girls are like passing out hot chocolates, and hot chocolates were frozen.
They were like Frosties.
And you know how crazy people are at games. You actually had people who didn't have shirts on or anything like that. But the big thing that stood out to me about that game is that we were getting our asses kicked 24-3 at the half. And we left the game because we were frozen. You know, we had hand warmers, everything, and it didn't matter. So we left at the half because I was pissed that they were getting beat 24-3. And as we were making our way back to the hotel, we were listening to it on the radio. The Patriots start mounting the comeback, and we got to the hotel and finished out the game. They eventually came back and won in overtime. So I missed the classic. We went up to Boston, and I missed the classic game, but we were freezing.
It was a win-win.
Yeah.
My team won, and we were nice and warm in the hotel.
Because she can't take the cold, and she was threatening to leave. And what kind of husband would I be if I?
You were cold too.
I was cold, but what kind of husband would I be if I let my wife leave, you know, and just stay at the game by myself?
I would have been okay with it. I would have called an Uber, but you were cold too. It was ridiculous. It was.
And so another game we went to in Foxborough was when these two teams locked horns. Aaron Rodgers against Tom Brady. They made it seem like it was a GOAT versus GOAT, which I just didn't understand because Aaron Rodgers is not a GOAT compared to Tom Brady. I mean, they were showing pictures of GOATs with the Aaron Rodgers jersey on, with the Tom Brady jersey on. And I'm like, how, man? Aaron Rodgers is not a GOAT. I mean, he's a great quarterback, but he's not the greatest of all time.
But it was two greats.
Yeah, it was two greats.
That's
but
what they were trying to bring out. It was two greats.
You can't put him in the same category as Brady as far as like being a winner and all that stuff. But anyway, Patriots ended up winning that game. We enjoyed ourselves.
Barely.
It wasn't convincing, but it wasn't like a barn burner, you know. But we won. And the thing that stood out about that game is how we saw a lot of couples that had Green Bay Patriot jerseys on. Like, it was mixed match. You have ladies that would have on Patriot jerseys while the men have on a Packer jersey, or vice versa. You have the men that have on, the Patriot jersey, and the lady have on, the Packer jersey.
Yeah, it was a lot of couples like that.
A lot of couples.
Like I've never seen that in any of the stadiums we went to.
All right, so Kay, what type of activity or sightseeing that we do in that city?
Oh my goodness.
Tell them about your situation when we was partying with the youngsters at downtown Boston.
Right, that's what I was going to talk about. So it was fun. We went to this one nightclub. We had this like nice big old drink, but coming out of the club back to the hotel, I saw this one guy. He saw me in my Aaron Rodgers jersey, right? And he was like, "A Packers fan," and I'm like, "Oh man, here we go." So he runs up to me and he picks me up and like put me over his shoulders, like unexpected. Like, who does that?
It was hilarious, man. I knew he wasn't a threat. I knew he wasn't a threat, so I allowed it to happen. I was just laughing because he was faded and
he was very
he was happy to see another Packer fan. He had on his Packer stuff and so it was all good. She wasn't.
It was all good for you. I'm a grown woman. Do not lift me off my feet and put me over your shoulders.
She wasn't, being threatened, so it was all good, But yeah, like she said, man, the guy was out there, man. He was kind of gone. And as I said, we went to a club and partied with the youngsters. It was funny because me and Kay sitting there drinking our drink, You know, had this one chick, me and Kay, you know, we doing a selfie, and one chick behind us photo bombed us. You know, she got in and smiled behind us. And then they played that damn Sheck West song.
Was that the first time we heard that
That's
song?
the first time we heard it.
Yeah.
I didn't know who it was, but as soon as they turned it on, call it. Man, those
nuts.
kids went nuts. Me and Kay looking at each other like, what the hell? You know, we some old fogies in there partying with the youngsters, man.
I wouldn't say old fogies, but
those bastards didn't even let me in. I had to take my Patriots hoodie off, man. And I'm like, why? This is supposed to be Boston. You know, why I gotta take my stuff off? But yeah, I had to take my stuff off. All right, so as I said, the Patriots won both games, both times we went to Boston. They won against Denver, but unfortunately we left because it was fucking freezing. And then they won when they played her team, the Packers. So now we're getting to the next stadium, and this one is going to hurt her. San Francisco, man. What stood out about the stadium visit to Santa Clara in San Francisco, you know, for the San Francisco 49ers? What stood out to you?
About the stadium in particular?
Yeah.
It was a nice atmosphere, but getting back to the hotel, it was like a travel disaster. We're getting back because we didn't drive. We caught an Uber, and so what stood out to me was getting back to the hotel. But as far as the stadium, it was nice. I thought it was a nice experience, nice stadium.
Yeah, Levi Stadium is nice, man. Gorgeous stadium. You know, a lot of people, a lot of 49er fans, a lot of Packer fans, because as I said, Packer fans, Steeler fans, and Cowboy fans, they travel.
Yeah.
So they're going to be everywhere. But it wasn't a good day for my wife and my in-laws, you know, because, you know, I was just traveling with them. I'm a Patriot fan. I had on my Patriot stuff. You know, they had on their Packer stuff. But it wasn't a good day, man. San Francisco kind of owns Green Bay, and they owned them that day. We didn't see a competitive game from the Packers at all that day. So her squad lost. But as far as the type of sightseeing and activities we did in the city, we didn't particularly stay in San Francisco. We stayed in Oakland, which is closer to San Francisco. So we got to, you know, go to the Oakland Museum, you know, check out the history, Black Panther stuff. My bucket list goal has always been to go to Alcatraz. We was able to do that. So I really enjoyed going to Alcatraz. I wish we could have went across the Golden Gate Bridge and went and saw the redwood forest with the big giant trees, but we didn't have time for all that. But we did do quite a bit there.
Yeah, we did some sightseeing. It had some good food, some good lobsters.
Yeah, that's that type of stuff. Yeah. I don't do seafood.
That was one of the best cities, San Francisco.
And I met one of my new buddies there. He's pretty cool, man. He's our Uber driver, big transformer nut like me. I gotta give a shout out to my man Jose, the weed man. You out there, man. I just had to give a shout out to you, man. That's my guy, man. He's our Uber driver, cool as hell, man. Took us around. Definitely looking forward to seeing him whenever we could head out to San Francisco again, because he said that, you know, we welcome whenever I come back. So just a shout out to him. As I said, the Packers lost. So, you know, the next city we traveled to see, you know, one of our teams play was Cleveland. And it was the Patriots versus the Browns. It was Tom Brady's first game back off of that bogus suspension they gave him when he was suspended for 4 games. His first game back. And, of course, he shredded the Browns. LeGarrette Blount had a couple touchdowns. Tom Brady had 3 passing touchdowns. It's a good win for us. We did a lot during that visit to Cleveland.
Yes.
We went to a Cleveland Cavaliers preseason game where we saw Joel Embiid play basically his rookie year, because the previous year he had sat out for injury. So that was officially his rookie year. It was his second season, but it was his rookie year. We saw Joel Embiid for the first time during the preseason. I was telling Kay about it. I'm like, this dude is good, man. He's a beast. He 7 feet. He can shoot threes. He can play damn near like a guard, even though he's a big man. And he was showcasing everything we seen Joel Embiid do today. He was showcasing his rookie season. We went to that preseason game. LeBron was still there. That was like one of his last few seasons there. We also went to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. That was a good thing, good place to go. That's a place you definitely would like to visit if you ever go to Cleveland. We saw Biggie. I think I got pictures of some of Biggie's items, his shoes, and I think one of his suits is up in there. There are all kinds of things in there.
Yeah, that was definitely the highlight for me.
And, as I said, the Patriots won. So, yay, another victory for the Pats. I didn't go to too many losses during the Brady era. I can't say that. Shit, going to all the losses now. But during the Brady era, nah, not really. All right, so, this next city, they don't have an NFL franchise no more. And this was going to see her squad. St. Louis, which is a place that I've taken my family to. We've been multiple times just to go. That used to be like kind of our getaway spot. We would, go just to take a trip. Like, okay, let's just go to St. Louis, man. And we just up and go. But the St. Louis Rams, before they moved back to LA, they were in St. Louis. So we saw the Rams play the Packers. Packers dominated them. Easy win for the Packers.
We had some really good seats at that game.
We
too.
did. We had some great seats.
Yeah.
And, the things we did in that city, went to the Arc, had to go to the Arch, went to the top of it, did the Budweiser tour.
Yes.
Got to see the Clydesdales.
That was cool.
That was cool. Do some beer sampling. Did the St. Louis Zoo, which is a hell of a lot better zoo than this zoo here in Indianapolis. And it was free. I don't know, it might not be free no more, but it was free. All they asked you for is like a little donation, and you had to pay for parking. Then they had like a science museum. That was free also. All they asked for was like donations. I don't know if it's like that anymore, but the way things are now, it's probably not free anymore. I wouldn't doubt it. But great museum, great zoo. Like I said, hell of a lot better than Indianapolis Zoo. Patriots won.
Patriots won. Wait.
I'm sorry.
Oh my God! You see this guy right here?
Yeah.
It's not all about the Patriots.
You're right. It's not
Packers
all about
won.
I'm sorry.
Go Pack, go. Go Pack, go.
The Packers won.
This dude.
My bad. My bad. I didn't mean to say that. All right, so this next city, we just came from this game last season, last November. New York City, the Pats versus the Jets. Ugly ass game, man. Ugly ass game that we should have lost. We in the era now where it's just Belichick without Brady, and Belichick is shit now. It's time for him to go. I've been openly saying it for the last 3 years. Belichick must go, man. He's 71 damn years old. It's time. He don't know what he's doing no more. He done fucked the team up, basically. He done fucked up Mac Jones' confidence. Last season, this game we went to, his offensive coordinator was a defensive coordinator, Matt Patricia, and a special teams coach, Joe Judge. They were his offensive coordinators. No experience at all with the offense. And you throw this dude out there in his second season and ruin him. And I believe they ruined him. And that's why they playing like crap now too. Even though they got Billy O'Brien back to, run the offense, it don't even matter. See, I can go off into a tangent talking about the state of the Patriots now.
Back to New York.
Because they drive me nuts. And I hate the product that I'm seeing on the field right now. But yeah, like she said, let's get back to that game. Okay, ugly game that the Patriots should have lost. Mac Jones threw a pick six that should have been a pick six, but they called it back because Mac Jones flopped when the defensive tackle, I think Quentin Williams, hit him, and he flopped, and they gave him the call. If it wasn't for that, the Patriots go down at the half 17-3, and their offense was so crappy, they wouldn't have came back from a 17-3 deficit. But if Zach Wilson, who unfortunately is the Jets quarterback now because Aaron Rodgers got hurt after 4 snaps, he threw 3 picks in that game, man. And that's what saved the Patriots in that game. Otherwise, we lose that game. But, okay. So what stood out to that, what stood out about that stadium to us was leaving Meadowlands, man. Leaving that stadium is a bitch. I never have to go to that stadium again. Now, our goal, we have a pact to go and visit every NFL stadium. We did that by going to the Meadowlands, which means we don't have to go see either of our teams play the Giants. Oh. We've been there once. We don't have to do it again. I'll never go to that stadium again. That game was over, man. We missed our flight because of being trapped at that stadium. We basically were trapped. We couldn't get out. We didn't drive. We took an Uber there. We didn't leave that stadium for like maybe 4 hours after the game. So we missed our flight and had to stay an extra day in New York. But
which was worth it.
Yeah, it was worth it because we got to see a lot of sights and things that we always wanted to see. Another thing I always wanted to do, I always wanted to go to the Statue of Liberty. So we was able to go there and do that. We visited the Statue of Liberty. One of my biggest bucket list goals was to go to the Rucker. Went to the Rucker, man. Stood on that court. That court where all those stars played. Dr. J, Pee Wee Kirkland, all those N1 guys like my guy Future, Bone Collector, all those guys, man. All those legends played on that court. And I actually took a shot on that court. It was a damn air ball that looked good, but I took a shot on the Rucker, man. And that's something I'll never forget. Because whenever you see the Rucker on TV, they showing you kind of video or N1 videos or whatever, they always show that tall-ass building in the background. And I'm able to see that in person. That tall project-like building in the background. So, going to the Rucker, going to Harlem, going to Sylvia's, that was her recommendation.
Yeah.
Going to Sylvia's.
Great food. What stood out to me was since we were in town, we got to see the Nets play, and they were playing the Pacers out of all teams. So that matched up perfectly. Got to see the Pacers while we were in New York.
Yeah, that's her team.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's crazy how that did turn out to happen like that. Oh, yeah, we got to go through Brooklyn. We walked through Brooklyn, went to the Biggie mural.
Yes.
Got to see the mural that they did of Biggie. Also, when we was in Harlem, got to take a picture of the mural with Big L. They had a mural of Big L on the side of a grocery store. So got to take a picture with that. So New York, was cool.
New York's awesome.
I don't know. It may be too busy for me, man. I don't know if I really have to go back to New York. I mean, she wants to go back, but I don't know if I really want to.
Gotta go back to New York.
All right, so the next city we get into, Cincinnati, and this is another Patriots game. Now, as you guys see, these it's going to be more Patriot games than Packer games that we've been to.
We'll make up for that.
Yeah, we're going to make up for that because
for sure.
I don't see myself paying for any more live Patriot games until Bill Belichick retires because I'm tired of him, man. I'm still going to support my boys. I'm still going to, rock with the Pats. I'm still going to, support them and all that, but I am not paying any more money to see the Patriots after this game we're going to be going to in November that we're going to get to eventually. I'm not paying for any more live Patriot games until Bill Belichick retires. So, yeah, we'll be going to plenty more Packer games for the next few years. Cincinnati Bengals. We won the game. We destroyed them. And it was a lot of things that happened at this game. If I remember right, I think Lawrence Maroney, my guy Maroney, man, he was a rookie that year, and he ran all over them. And I think we beat the Bengals' ass like 35-3. I mean, like, whooped them real bad. But the thing that stood out to me in this game is that my wife.
Oh, wow. You're going to put me on the spot like that?
My wife. I'm not going to put you on the spot.
No, that's
so
okay.
I'm going to say my wife. I'm just going to say my wife. I kind of had like the fans in Cincinnati. And see,
there's some sore fans in Cincinnati.
It is a sore fan.
Sore losers in Cincinnati.
And I get along with everybody. And usually,
I talk my shit.
with the guys and they'll talk that shit. It's all in fun. But I don't know why is it that females like to get into it with me. I don't say anything to them, but they get into it with me. And so you had this female in Cincinnati, Patriots, like I said, Patriots beating their ass, It got to the point where the guys that were next to us, they stopped talking shit to me, But the chick, she just kept going, man. Called me all out my name and all that stuff. Called me a female anatomy part, and that's kind of what took it over the limit for me. And I had this plastic Coors Light bottle in my hand, and I wanted to bean her so bad. But I'm a gentleman. I'm not gonna do that. But I did tell her guy, that he need to control his lady. I didn't say lady, and I kind of wanted to like go upside his head on behalf of the way his girl was talking to me. But this was Cincinnati, and this is during those times where you had a lot of race tensions going on with the police and black folks. And I remember my wife saying,
time. That's
she was
it's
like,
always that time.
She's like, you gonna get us locked up and all that, She making me sit down because you had somebody from like in the upper row saying the real man don't talk to a woman like that, and I stood up and I'm like, well, come down and handle it. And, I was mad to that point.
It just got out of control. It's like you guys were winning, the Pats were winning, and you didn't even have to be that heated and go back and forth with these people who were losing. Like, why give your energy to it? Like, you winning, it's a good game, we enjoying ourselves. Let them do them. But instead, you kept going back and forth, and it just got heated from there.
Well, it really got heated when she called me the female anatomy part, That's when I really got upset. 'Cause I'm like, hell nah, you don't talk to me like that, But it's funny because Cincinnati Bengals, I don't know if they still got it. And I wonder if they do. Guys, if any of you guys are Cincinnati Bengal fans out there and you go to the games, do they still have the jerk line number? That's what I want to know.
I got that at every stadium, though, right?
I don't know, but do they still have the jerk line number
sure
in Cincinnati?
Do. I would imagine.
Somebody called the jerk line on me, man. Because the security came up there looking around, and I looked at her, and I'm like,
how do you know it was on you? It could have been on her.
No,
because she was definitely more wasted.
Because you had people defending her, saying the real man don't talk to a woman like that. So I figured they called it on me. And the guy come up there looking, man. I'm like, I wish this dude would kick me out. He better kick her ass out too. But he was just looking around. He didn't come and grab me, or nobody pointed me out or nothing like that. And it was so funny because when the game over, we started leaving a little early. Because like I said, the Pats was beating their ass, man. And as soon as we walked downstairs, I just stared at her, and I had a big smile on my face. And she's just looking so shitty. You know what I mean? But things that we did in the city of Cincinnati, what did we do? I can't remember. I know they got like a underground railroad like exhibit that we've been wanting to go to, but it's always closed.
It's always closed when we go there, so we didn't get to do that.
Only thing I can think of that really stood out to me, well, we did the Cincinnati Zoo. It was okay. It's not better than St. Louis. To me, the St. Louis Zoo is the best zoo I've ever been to, other than Brookfield in Chicago.
With Cincinnati, I just like walking downtown. They have a nice downtown area.
Mm-hmm.
And the river scene.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
All right, so.
I see you skipped a game right here. The Green Bay Packers, when we met in Lambeau Field.
Oh, dang it.
Did you intentionally skip that?
No,
because
I didn't.
It's like right there.
It is right there. I didn't intentionally. Okay, look. So.
This dude.
I know, I'm like, really am glossing over the Packers. I'm not meaning to, because the Packers,
That's okay, I won't let you.
No, that's good,
Yeah.
So, yeah, we end up going to Lambeau Field, the hallowed grounds of Lambeau Field.
Yes.
That's definitely a
Frozen
stadium
tundra.
You need to go and visit. And it sucked. I really didn't get to explore the whole, Lambeau Field, the whole experience. We did go to Brett Favre's restaurant, though, because they had a big tailgate outside of Brett Favre's restaurant where, they had the statue, Brett Favre's statue and all that stuff. And you had a mixture of Patriots and Packer fans. It was cool, man. I took a picture with
a little bit of Patriot
this Patriot fan. He had like the Mexican Patriot mask on, like the wrestler mask. I took a picture with him. He's about 6'5", man. He's a tall dude too. But it was a good game. And my Pats lost that one. So that's why I was saying, when we was talking about
Packers win.
Yeah, when we was talking about the Patriots and Packer game in Foxborough. Yeah, we lost that one in Lambeau, but it was a good game.
That was a good game.
Everybody was talking about, how Revis was going to get killed by Jordy Nelson. Revis actually shut Jordy Nelson down, but Jordy Nelson got one damn touchdown. It was at the half, man. It was a slant route at the half. That's all Jordy Nelson got for the whole game. So, but he, Revis shut him down the rest of the game, but he got that one important touchdown. And Gronk went crazy in that game too. And Gronk had a chance to tie the game with a touchdown. He had dove for the ball, but he couldn't catch it. And we ended up losing. But it was a good game. And I can't tell you guys how many times we've, had Patriot Packers Super Bowl party set up because we thought that was going to be the matchup so many years.
Yeah.
But her boys, Aaron Rodgers, great, regular season quarterback, kind of like a Peyton Manning. But the playoff time come around, Aaron Rodgers used to fade, man. Except in 11 and 12 when they won that Super Bowl. Aaron Rodgers used to fade, man. We had so many Packer Patriot parties, Super Bowl parties set up to happen.
That's all right. We're looking ahead to the future.
But her team never could get there.
Next man up.
Yeah, and that's what we're seeing with Jordan Love right now.
Yes. Jordan Love. It's
cold. Look, I'm gonna be honest. We didn't do nothing in Green Bay, man.
Man, you don't have to. The tailgating party experience is awesome. That's all you have to do when you go to Green Bay.
Green Bay is a small town, man, with nothing.
And go see the
going
game.
On. It's a bunch of houses.
That's all you gotta do.
A bunch of houses, little houses, and then a stadium. It's like the stadium is in the center of a bunch of little houses. That's it. That got to be like the smallest town ever that has a football, NFL football team.
That explains the pregame parties and the tailgate. Epic.
All right, so the next stadium, Indianapolis, here, where we're from.
The best stadium, the best NFL stadium. That's what stands out to me. I like where the Colts play.
Lucas Oil is a cool stadium, but I gotta say, out of all stadiums I've been to, man, I would say that San Francisco is probably the best stadium to me.
It was nice, but
Lucas Oil is cool too, though.
Lucas Oil is awesome.
But I can't count the many games I've seen here. Whenever the Pats play here, I'm there. So we just gonna go off the games that, me and Kay went to.
And the Packers too. Whenever they come to town, we got to get that ticket too.
Yeah. So we went to the Pats Colts game, Mac Jones rookie year, which was now 3 years ago. And the thing that stood out in that game is that they picked Mac Jones off a couple times. He really couldn't do much in that first half. Then in the second half, they started coming back. And then it all ended with Jordan Taylor running like an 80-yard touchdown run to seal the game. That's how that game went. And at least he had a competent offensive coordinator his rookie season in Josh McDaniels. We went to a game back in the day, too, when the Packers came here to play the Colts. Peyton Manning was still the quarterback, and it was the Peyton Manning versus Aaron Rodgers thing. Javon Walker was the Packers' main receiver, and I remember him having a big game that day. The Colts ended up winning that game. It was a close game.
Yeah, can we talk about how many Packer fans there were in the stadium?
Man, the Packer fans,
it was like half and half.
Yeah, it was literally like half and half. Like I said, Packer fans travel, man. Packers, Cowboys, and Steelers, their fans travel more than anybody. And as far as sightseeing, I mean, we live here, man. I mean, what? You got the Memorial downtown.
There's a lot of stuff
You
to do
got
downtown
the
Indianapolis.
Indianapolis Indians. You have the fairgrounds. Things to be going on at the fairgrounds. They
What's the
always
name of
got
our,
concerts at the Rudolph Center and Fishers.
Steak restaurant that we go to downtown with the jumbo shrimp.
Harry and Izzy's.
Yeah.
A lot of the rich folks go to Ruth Chris, which is not all that great to me. When we had Ruth Chris in New York, it wasn't even all that great. But Harry and Izzy's is one I would recommend. So if you ever, travel to Indianapolis to catch a game or just come to Indianapolis, go to Harry and Izzy's restaurant. Excellent steak. You will like the shrimp cocktail. That damn cocktail salsa light your butt up. It's really hot and spicy. But yeah, tons to do. All right, so what was your worst stadium experience, Kay?
We already talked about that. That was the Meadowlands.
Yeah.
We were trapped for like hours upon hours.
Yeah.
Upon hours.
Yeah, the Meadowlands probably would be the worst stadium experience in my opinion too. I have to agree with her because, like I said, it's so bad that I never have to go there again, and she feels the same. So we won't be going there to see the Giants play. We already got that check mark for going to their stadium.
Their fan base was pretty good. They were pretty passionate about the game, but it was dark in the stadium. It was just, I don't know, it was very dark, and the fact that we got trapped, it's like, I don't know, it wasn't a positive experience.
Mm-hmm.
But New York was what we did in New York.
Okay, I just realized we skipped a couple of stadiums. Chicago, basically our birthplace, where we're from. We're from Northwest Indiana, basically Chicago. The Packers versus the Bears. I haven't been to a Pats, game versus the Bears because the tickets are too fucking ridiculous. When the Pats used to play, in Chicago when they had Tom Brady, I don't know, maybe they may be cheaper now because it's Mac Jones. They want like $300 a ticket to sit in the nosebleeds. I'm not doing that. So I never been to a game in Chicago when they played the Patriots, but we went when they played the Packers, and we had excellent seats. We sat like 11 rows up in the end zone.
Great seats.
And of course the Packers won. Sorry, Bears fans. I mean, you're their little brother, man. Aaron Rodgers is gone, and they still own you. That game won. Jordan Love shredded you. So I'm sorry, Bears fans. I mean, I guess that's just how it is. But, yeah, the highlight of the game for her is getting a hat.
Wait, let me tell the story from Antonio Freeman, right? Awesome wide receiver for the Green Bay Packers. After the game, we were so close, they came right by us. I'm like, oh, can I have your hat? And he was like, yes. Flipped it up. I caught it.
Okay. And
that's the story I'm telling. I'm sticking with it. This hat right here.
This has been years later. Now, this happened in the early 2000s, y'all.
This hat right here. Antonio
that wasn't
Freeman.
Antonio Freeman. It was a punter, man. I don't even remember the damn punter name, but I know it was the punter that gave her the hat, man. It wasn't Antonio Freeman. He didn't come over there and give her the hat.
He did. He was right there.
She's going to take that to the grave with her, man.
Thank you.
No, it was a punter. But anyway, she got an official NFL hat on her head right now, so that's cool, regardless. But yeah, she was able to get a hat. As I said, the Packers kind of destroyed them, so there really wasn't much to talk about as far as the game. I mean,
Packers win.
Packers win. Chicago. Now, it's a lot to do in Chicago. I mean, you got
a whole lot to do in Chicago.
You got the lakefront. You got Grant Park. You got tons of restaurants and things like that. You got McCormick Place that's always hosting events.
Michael Jordan's restaurant.
Yeah, faggot Michael Jordan's restaurant.
Hey, you watch your mouth about Michael Jordan.
Hey, greatest player of all time, but he an asshole. And yeah, I'm saying it. Michael Jordan is an asshole, man. An arrogant asshole.
He's the GOAT.
He is the GOAT, but he's an arrogant asshole.
Confidence comes with being that great.
Yeah. But what stood out to you about Soldier Field, the historic Soldier Field? I mean, that stadium's been there forever. I guess that's what stood out to me.
Yeah. Just the grandness of it all. It was a really big stadium.
Of course, since then, they've done a remodel. So it don't look exactly the way it used to look. It still has some old remnants of Soldier Field. But, yeah, they've done like a remodel since we went. It was still the classic old Soldier Field that needed some work done to it. All right, so one of the final cities that we've been to is Nashville, and this was the Patriots versus the Titans.
I almost forgot about Nashville.
I know that's what I said. That's what I was saying. We forgot a couple of teams. Nashville. Oh, damn, got another one too. Nashville. They played the Titans and they beat the Titans. The thing in particular that I remember about this game is this is the game where Bill Belichick benched Wes Welker for cracking jokes on Rex Ryan about his foot fetish with his wife. You know, he kept making like using foot references in one of his interviews, I guess, to like make fun of Rex Ryan, and Belichick ended up benching him for that. He benched him like the whole first half of the game, but he came back in the second half, and that whole first half we were struggling with Tennessee. Tennessee usually has a tough defense, and we struggled with them. I think Steve McNair playing then. I think Steve McNair was still playing, man. I don't know. I might be wrong, but the thing that stood out about Nashville as far as the sights, we got to catch a comedy show. We went to B.B. King's restaurant there. They got this little strip that's like right by the Nassau Coliseum. That's what it used to be called. It might be a different name now. They got like this strip where, you know, all the students and all the kids, you know, hang out, and it's like a party atmosphere. So we went and hung out down there. You know, we a little older, man, but we try to be hip. You know, we try to go and hang out where all the young folks be, and just, you know, catch in the scenes. And, you know, we like the
people talk.
Yeah, we like the people talk, you know. So yeah, we try to have fun, but I guess the thing that stood out about that stadium is that it was so close to everything. It's easy access. You can literally like walk, and I think the hotel we stayed in wasn't too far from the stadium too. So you know literally had access to everything. But yeah, Pats ended up winning that game. And so one of the last cities, Detroit.
Ugh.
Her city. Because they hate the Green Bay Packers. Look, hey, we went there to see the Patriots play on Thanksgiving. Tom Brady lit them up, man. And we were wearing our red throwback jerseys in that game. I think Tom Brady hit Deion Branch with like 2 touchdowns. One of those touchdowns was like a 50-yard bomb. That's when we had the law firm as the running back, Ben Jarvis Green Ellis. He had a good day rushing. And we won that game convincingly on the Thanksgiving evening. But they hate the Packers so much that they were selling shirts. During the Lions-Patriot game, they were selling Packer shirts. Fuck the Packers. I mean, they're openly selling them. They're not even playing the Packers.
Right, they're so bitter.
That's how much they hate the Packers in Detroit. As far as visiting, it's a good place to visit. I mean, you got the Detroit Pistons that play there. You got, and if you're into hockey, you got the Detroit Red Wings. You got the Detroit Tigers baseball team. And all of that stuff is like in the same vicinity of each other.
Yeah.
You got tons of shows, comedy shows, theater shows. Detroit is a pretty cool place, man. Historical place.
Let's talk about the Pistons. What's the name of where do they play?
That's now. Back then they played at the Palace of Auburn Hills.
Okay.
It wasn't in Detroit. But now their new stadium is the Little Caesars Arena in downtown Detroit. That's
awesome.
Where the Detroit Pistons play now. Yeah, it is awesome. We just went there last year to see
Pacers.
The Pacers played the Pistons, and we was very disappointed because none of the Pacers played, and Detroit, you know, they suck. They got a lot of young talent, but a lot of them didn't play. And I particularly wanted to see Jaden Ivey because he's a Purdue guy. You know, I love my Purdue guys, so I wanted to watch Jaden Ivey play, but he didn't even play. So that was a pretty horrible game to go to. And it's crazy because did the Pacers win that game? I can't even remember.
Yeah.
Pacers ended up winning that game, and they didn't have nobody out there. No Tyrese Halliburton. Did Buddy Hield play?
Probably not.
I don't think Buddy Hield played. I think they just had like their bench players. They were playing. But tons of good places to eat there too, man. You go to Detroit, you're gonna get fat.
Shout out to Steve's in Detroit.
Yeah, shout out to Steve's, man. Soul food restaurant. All right, so now, Kay, would you travel back to any of these cities?
Yeah, I go back to San Francisco. Maybe not for the game, but if we're talking game related, Nashville was an awesome city.
I honestly don't want to go back to any of these cities as far as the game. I mean, I would go back to visit them, for other activities and things. But as far as the game, I don't have to go back to any of these cities. Well, no, I'll take that back. I do want to go back to Green Bay because I want to experience, Lambeau Field as a whole. I would like to go around the whole stadium, see some of the historical sites they have there, maybe some of the statues, the championships, the plaques, all that good stuff that I missed out on when we went up there the first time. But as far as all these other cities, of course, we live here in Indianapolis, so I'm excluding them. But all the other cities, I don't have to go back for a game. I will go back. Well, New York, I don't have to go back to visit, period. Like I said, she wants me to go back, but New York's too busy for me, man. I completely understand why people use public transportation there. It doesn't make any sense to drive. I'll be intimidated to drive. They drive crazy there. And then it's like they always bumper to bumper. So it's like, why even have a car there? Why? So I wouldn't go back to New York. I would go back to Green Bay. The rest of these games, cities we've been to for games, I don't have to go back for games, but I'll go back to visit. Okay, we got some bonus questions. So, what cities are we looking forward to visiting next? We're looking forward to our next game, and this is going to be the last damn game I pay to see the Patriots play. Well, I paid for it already, but I'm not paying to see the Patriots play live anymore after this game, November 12th. Me and Kay are going abroad. We're going to visit Frankfurt, Germany to watch my New England Patriots take on this new young pup that they got here that I'm excited about. And I'm actually going to go to a Colts game this year with my daughter to watch Anthony Richardson. I'm excited about him. I hope that he could stay healthy and stop trying to run everybody over and getting concussed like he is right now. That's why he's not playing tomorrow. But we're going to go see them play the Indianapolis Colts, our home city. We're going to see the Patriots play them in Frankfurt, Germany, November 12th.
Colts fan on that day.
Yeah,
First time ever.
She flip-flopped.
No, I'm not flip-flopping. I'll be an honorarium Colts player. I'll put it like that. I got to represent the home team when we're going across seas.
That's cool.
Gotta do that.
I'm not going to fault her for that. It's whatever. I'm not the type that's going to get all sore. That's not even your team. Why you doing it? You just doing that to, spite me. No, it ain't like that. Because like I said, I like Anthony Richardson. I'm rooting for him to do well. I actually have a small soft spot for him and the Colts, until they play us. But the way we looking, man, they might beat us. I can even sit here and tell you guys confidently that we're going to beat the Colts because of how we look right now. So, yeah, we are looking forward to that trip, November 12th. What city are we not looking forward to visiting to see our team play? What's yours?
The purple people in Minnesota. Not looking forward to that. That reason right there. Don't want to see the Vikings. They can be the last stadium that we ever go to.
Well, so we'll go there to see the Patriots play the Vikings. Okay,
I can stomach that.
Mine is Miami Dolphins.
Oh, and I want to go there.
Look, even when Tom Brady was the quarterback of the Patriots, we lost in Miami. It just didn't matter. It didn't matter. It didn't matter who the damn quarterback was for Miami. It could be Jay Fiedler. It could be Jay Cutler coming out of retirement. It could be Cleo Lemon. We lost to somebody named Cleo Lemon.
Who?
Cleo Lemon. We could not win in Miami, but we always got him in Foxborough. But now, since Tua Tagovailoa has become the quarterback of the Miami Dolphins and Brady's gone, we can't beat Miami period anymore. Tua is 5-0 against the great defensive genius Bill Belichick. 5-0, man. So it don't matter if we're in Miami or in Foxborough. We're not beating Miami. So I definitely don't want to go to Miami to watch the Patriots play because it's going to be a loss. Why? So we'll go when they play the Packers. And that way that scratches that off the list. Like with her.
Right.
We'll go see the Vikings against the Patriots, and that'll scratch that off the list. So, that was like a good session with Kay, and we're gonna have many more trips planned. We're gonna have a video that I'm gonna do when we get in Frankfurt, Germany, and we're gonna definitely bring that back to you guys. The call to action. Damn, that's 46 minutes, dude.
You get to cut it though, right? Or the YouTube part.
I'll cut the YouTube part. Like this part now, we talking because it's still recording.
Yeah.
And so this is the call to action. This is gonna be Dad's commercial. So I added that in there.
That's now.
Mm-hmm. Don't sound like I do it. Listening to my daughter's commercial for the pod.
She's so talented. Oh. Oh, that's cool. That's how you end the show with the This A.M. Sports.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to find one that I'm familiar with.
Mm-hmm. Ghost and Haunt Tours of Gatlinburg. Got a ghost meter.
All right, so let's do the coach. All right, so I'm gonna close the show by giving you guys the sports history of today. Today, September 23rd, 1952, undefeated champ Rocky Marciano KO's the. Oh shit! I'm doing it over. I said that wrong because he's not the champ. See, I can stop it on here, but I can't stop it on there.
Oh, yeah.
So I'll edit that out. Today, 23rd, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so I'll end the show by. Oh, damn it.
Dang, that was 10 seconds?
So I'm going to close out today's show with today in sports history. Today, September 23rd, 1952, undefeated Rocky Marciano KO's defending champion Jersey Joe Walcott in the 13th round at Municipal Stadium, Philadelphia, for the World Heavyweight Boxing title. Rocky Marciano was no joke, man. He was like one of the greatest boxers of all time. But still has nothing on my guy, the first black heavyweight of all time, my guy, Jack Johnson. Do your history on him if you want to know about a true champion who really went through it all, you know, during those 30s and 40s. Jack Johnson. All right, so as usual, guys, I want to thank you all for tuning in. I want to thank my special guests and my beautiful wife, my travel companion to all these NFL cities, Miss KC, for joining me for today's show.
Thanks for having me.
If you want to find the podcast, as I said, you can find it on Lisbon. You can find it on Audible, iHeartRadio, Amazon, Amazon Music, Spotify. I think it's on Odyssey too. You can find it in all these different places if you want to listen to it. If you got any questions about the show, any comments, tell me about some of these cities. If you've been to some of these cities, if you've been to some of these games, or tell me your favorite NFL team. You can email me at wash41@gmail.com. wash41@gmail.com. Also, I have a YouTube channel, and it's the same title as this show, The World in Sports, according to me. So if you find my video, please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell for more content. Thank you, guys. Peace.